Alright, episode one of Fabology, Biology. I don't know which one I'm gonna choose it. You're probably gonna see it now on the title of this video. Also, let me know which one you actually prefer. But today we're gonna talk about online dating. I'm gonna start this series basically just me ranting about different topics, no script, no nothing. My phone is here, turned off. I'm not scripting anything because I feel like scripting does a disservice to me and it hides my way of saying things, the way I would describe things, and actually it just loses the authenticity. So no scripts, and I also try to keep the cuts minimal. But obviously, I still tend to fuck up my English sometimes because it's simply not my first language. So minimal cuts, and yeah, also let me know down in the comments what topic you want me to cover next. But yeah, today we're gonna dive into online dating because it's like nowadays you don't really approach girls anymore, and if you do approach, it's very seldom. Let's just say that. But we're gonna go into everything basically, and yeah, let's just start out with online dating. First of all, dating apps. Should you use them? Yes or no? If you're attractive, like I am, sure, go use them. If you're an ugly motherfucker, there's other things you gotta use. So dating apps only make sense. Also, if you're a tall guy, I'm not that tall, so I don't get too many matches. But dating apps is more like looks wise, which is actually not that important when you're actually dating. So basically, it highlights the unimportant parts of dating. So it is somewhat rigged against you if you don't have those attractive parts. So that covers that. What should you use? Use Instagram. Instagram is the number one dating platform you can have today. There's nothing better than Instagram. Everybody's on Instagram, one, and also girls spend so much fucking time on Instagram. If it's not TikTok, but TikTok is, there's so many anonymous accounts and the messaging is not really that good. You don't have pictures and many people don't really post there even. So Instagram is the number one app you're gonna use. Now, the same way you would go about online dating on the dating app, you go on Instagram. Just you have to take different pictures on it on Tinder, Bumble, whatever. I met my girlfriend on Bumble actually. I just put pictures like this where I'm shirtless, where I'm having fun with my friends, so it doesn't look like I'm an antisocial dork. Things like that, and basically just all the shallow traits, pretty much. And also, dating apps are also limiting you because on Instagram you have your feed posts and your highlights where you can put videos and stuff like that. Yes, of course, you have the prompts on the dating apps, but they don't really help, in my opinion. So, what you need to do is obviously have good pictures. Now, there's certain pictures that are not going to work. Like the guy, I don't know if you've seen this, there was a guy that swiped right 2 million times even, and he got one date out of it. Well, first of all, he was ugly. But if played right, even that guy, here's a picture of him, could pull tens. Now, what was his? Well, if he played it right. Now, he didn't. He put a fucking picture of a fish with him on his dating profile. Obviously, no girl is going to find that attractive. What girl is going to see a man and think, I made a video about this? But I'm not sure I posted it yet. I'm not sure. Anyways, what girl is gonna see a guy with a fish and think, oh yeah, I want to suck his dick? No girl. No one. We're not in the era where having food is something hard anymore. Sure, if you go to Africa, send your Tinder to Africa, if they could see it, if they had like a billboard where they would see your profile, sure, if they see it with a fish, they'll suck your dick. But who wants that? You don't. So it doesn't matter if you even if you're ugly like that guy, you can still play your cards right if you do it correctly. Now, first of all, don't post a picture of a fish. I think I've made that clear. Second of all, you have to understand what attraction actually is. It's not looks, as all these women tell you. Yes, for us guys, it's primarily about looks. Women are not like that. It's much more about basically how much money you have. And it's not about the money. And I said in my past video, it's about providing, but I actually misspoke. I'd say it's not necessarily about the money. No, it's about the experience you can have with money. If you have money and you don't have a job, you can go to Disneyland on a Tuesday. You can go to the Maldives on a random Thursday. It's about the spontaneity, and spontaneity is always fun. And what do girls want? Girls just want to have fun. So money is just a tool to provide fun. Pretty much. That's why having money matters. It's not about they care about how much money you make to the dot. No, they don't know the difference if you have a million or 20 million. They don't know it. They just know the fun experience. So you can cheat yourself out of there if you have like if you play it right, you don't have to be that rich to have a fun environment. Now, what matters else? It's how the room treats you, like your status. Now, obviously, if that dork with the fish walks into a room, he's probably not going to be respected as much. Now, obviously, if you're tall, looks get onto you. If you're good looking, sure. But there's much more different things that you can do that the room actually treats you well. Now, how do you use that for online dating? Well, usually, if the room treats you well, all attention is on you. What does that mean in the online space? If you have some clout, if you have some followers, some important people follow you even, that's basically how the room treats you in an online dating space. Now, should you post on TikTok or Instagram or whatever to get clout? If you're not passionate about it and if you don't want to start a personal brand, don't do it. I initially started posting on TikTok because I wanted clout to have girls, but to actually make content for girls that only girls are gonna see, they're usually well peers, guys usually see you as gay, and that's also not what you want because you're basically like one of the girls. That's how I was for the longest time until I made my switch like 1 or 2 months ago. Now, I wasn't that guy, I just pretended, obviously. But that doesn't work because girls want guys other girls want, but also other guys want to be like. So you would only have one aspect of that. So if you're not really that like that interested in growing a personal brand, don't do it. Don't post content. And also it can also hinder you, but I'm not sure how that's gonna be. I'm gonna figure it out once I get there. But yeah, you don't need to do that. Obviously, you can post some funny TikToks, some personality to just boost, like get some followers over there. Sure, like your lifestyle and stuff like that. You can do that, but I wouldn't like sit down to the camera and make content like that if it's not something you already want to do. If you only want to do it for dating, don't do it. Doesn't make sense. Now, how do you get clout? Well, you can do follow for follow, obviously, if you want to. But also, you don't need that many followers. It's more about the ratio. Now, if you follow 800 people and 100 people follow you, no one's going to take you serious. Now, if you play it the other way around, if you have 800 followers and you only follow 100 people, you see much more important. Now, obviously, if you get more and more, you see more important, you get the picture. But it's really not that hard. I personally don't know how you would go about it specifically, but going out, meeting people, you'll, I guess, get followers. Follow on follow can work. But what else? I'm a social media coach. I should know this probably. But, yeah, I guess those are post some nice content about your lifestyle. That's all the only thing you can do. Now, obviously, most of you watching are not millionaires that have tons of money. Your best bet is simply going to be traveling. Every girl from 18 to 25 loves traveling. They all want to go to Miami, Maldives, Bali, all these hotspots. So the easiest way if you have no money is go on your boys trip, tell a couple boys to learn how to take a picture, take a couple pictures. I did that last summer in Bali. I'm not rich yet. In my mind I am, but I'm not rich yet. What did we do? We went to all the hot spots and I told my friend, take a fucking picture of me. Why? Because I want my Instagram to look nice. And if you check out my Instagram, it does look nice. Now obviously there's levels to the game. I'm not flexing a Rolex or fucking G-Wagons yet. But it serves the purpose. Now, if you're older, that's going to be much harder. But if you're younger, traveling will just, that's going to get you the results you want so far. Now, make sure obviously you're well groomed. I don't have to tell you that. We're not going to talk about the basics. Like, yeah, go work out a little. If you're an ugly motherfucker, you better be in shape. Compensate. Now, obviously, you're not going to be in the best physical fucking shape ever. That's going to be a future topic once we actually, well, where the funnel leads to, what do you do when you text girls online from online dating, is you're not actually going to be at the peak of your physical ability, of your physique, whatever, because having fun is the opposite of that. If you want to be like, look at bodybuilders, they eat 6 meals a day, they focus on their sleep, they focus on their nutrition, they don't drink alcohol, they don't do anything fun basically. Now, obviously, for them, it's training is fun, but it's not for young girls. Like, obviously, not children. 18 to 21, that's what I consider young. Even though I'm that age, so you get the point. But that's not going to be fun. So you'll have to make some sacrifices, but obviously, you still have to be diligent with your fucking training. So go train. What else can you do? You just have to make sure you come across as a fun person on your Instagram. Like, don't book a photo shoot in a suit. Don't do that professional photographer shit. No. Go out to have a drink, take a couple pictures. You're good. Now, a second thing that's also gonna work. Credit to Tate. He first put that idea into my head. Is, as I mentioned, girls want to have or fuck guys that other girls want to be with and other guys want to be. Now, other girls want to be seen with girls, I guess. Now, obviously, if you post the same girl multiple times, they're just going to assume that's your girlfriend. So don't do that. But if you have a friend, take a picture with her. Now, make it look nice. Make it not like dorky. Don't pose for it. Like, the best way to go about this is have things in the moment. And if you are going to pose for a picture, what I would do to take it to the next level, especially with all the AI coming up and stuff like that, is not just take the picture, but take a video of you posing for that picture. Because that's a lot harder to recreate. Everybody can tell AI, oh, put me in a suit and have me pose. That's easy. Now, obviously, you can still distinguish it now, but at some point, you won't be able to. Now, videos are harder to copy. Who you can use for inspiration for that kind of stuff is, for example, Iman Ghazi. He has a very good Instagram. There's a couple other guys. If you want me to send them to him, you can DM my Instagram. I'll let you know who my inspirations are. I don't want to put them out for everybody, because then everybody's just going to be a copycat. But I have my personal inspirations. And every time you do see something on your Instagram that you like, make a fucking folder for all the things you like. I have a folder called IG Ideas right here, 146 items. Whenever I'm doing something fun, beforehand, I plan, okay, can I use any of these ideas? If you can, good, execute them. So whenever I'm going somewhere, I know, okay, there I could take this photo, there I could take this video, and stuff like that. Now, a good thing that I like to use are carousels. So don't only have pictures of you, but also from your point of view. Because that way, the person can imagine what it's like to be with you at that place, if that makes sense. So combine those two nice pictures of you, like this one where I'm in Vegas, combine that with your experiences from your point of view. I'm personally more aesthetic person. I like cinematography. I like taking videos and photography and stuff like that. So I like to add that to my carousel. Also, you can highlight some of your hobbies. A guy I know very well, he likes fashion and art. So he posts videos he adds videos to the carousel where he's at fashion shows or behind the scenes of a photo shoot for a fashion brand, whatever. That way you make your make yourself stand out. Now, if I think someone, okay, he has a good Instagram and also interested in fashion, well, it's that guy. That way you set yourself apart. Now, that actually plays a big role because when you actually then DM someone, it doesn't really matter what you say. Because the first thing she's going to do is not read your message. Well, she reads it, but she doesn't remember what you say. The first thing she's going to do is click on your fucking profile. It's not what you say, it's who you say, and then obviously how you say, but how you say it's a fucking text message, there's no tonality. But it's not what you say, it's who says it. So she's going to click on your Instagram, and your Instagram better looks nice. Now for your highlights, put a couple highlights. Don't, like, as I said, traveling is the easiest one. Just go a couple places, take a couple pictures, put them in the highlights, and just show a fun lifestyle, overall fun lifestyle. Don't post pictures with fish. Don't do boring shit on there. Don't show yourself grinding, because girls don't want to see that. They don't. It's the opposite of what they want. No girl in the history of the world has ever thought, oh my god, he's working so much, let me go on a date with him. Sure, if she's a gold digger, maybe, but even those will wait at a finish line and not go through that with the work, or go through that with you. So don't post any of that stuff. Fun stuff only. And obviously, if you want to take it to the next level, post a picture with the girl. Well, that's actually a big part of it. Is social perception, social proof even. You want to make sure also there's a picture of you with other people. Now, obviously, don't do group pictures with 20 people now. Like a friend or two. I have one where I stand on the cliff in Bali. First of all, traveling, looks nice. Second of all, I'm with guys, so there's some social proof. So there's two elements already combined. Social proof matters, so she sees, okay, he's not a fucking weirdo. That's why also pictures with a girl or lifestyle videos where a girl is seen with even just nails or something, or just multiple glasses, stuff like that, in a dating setting or on a date setting, in a restaurant, whatever, is gonna help you because it's not even consciously. She subconsciously knows, okay, other people want to be around him, so he must not be a creep. That's the biggest issue I had for a long time, is I looked so lonely in all my Instagram pictures. It looked like I'm only there with the person that took the picture and me. Or just, it could even be a fucking tripod. So it looked like I'm not with people ever, and that hurts you in the long run. So you want to make sure that you also don't look too lonely. You want to make sure there's fun, a lot going on, and you actually play the angle well. And the angle is going to be, again, fun, nice guy, well, not nice guy, fun guy that is traveling, that has just an overall fun lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, the girl really dates you for the fun lifestyle. Yes, personality matters somehow. Yes, charming. You have to be charming on the date itself. But if the fun lifestyle is not there, she's not going to really give a shit about all that other stuff. So you want to make sure your Instagram looks nice. It looks fun. You don't look like a creep. And you actually do some interesting stuff. Just selfies don't work. Like, yes, you can have a mirror selfie in there somewhere, sure. Every once in a while. But you want to make sure you're seen as a guy that not every guy has. Because truthfully, most guys don't have a good Instagram. They have a couple selfies on there. Maybe they have like a photo shoot done. But that's easy level. As soon as you have like an aesthetic Instagram, a good looking Instagram, you'll have it so much easier today. And after that, it's just a numbers game. Now, how do you find girls to actually DM at some point? Well, first of all, if you live in a small village like I am currently, it's really fucking hard. So it's easier in the city, obviously. But in the city, you're also going to have to make more to stand out because the game is obviously going to be harder. Now, the easiest way is just go on location tags, type a couple nice places in, and follow those girls. Now, a strategy that I was taught by a guy that I bought mentorship from once he said, well, just copy the guys in your city that are the top guys and see what they're doing, see what girls they're following, and then so on, like network yourself into there. Now, I never found success in that strategy because Switzerland isn't really like that. Like, there's no top 10 guys. Maybe I just don't know them. Probably I don't know them. But Swiss people are generally really like boring, humble people, you know? There's no like fucking rappers that everybody knows that are flashy and stuff like that, like in America or something. So I don't really have that, but that's obviously a valid strategy. Like I use inspo from overseas guys, rich guys, and stuff like that because I am going to be that way. I'm going to aspire that way, obviously. But if that's not your goal, you can't just focus more locally, see what those guys, what the top guys are doing, and that's going to be your edge. Because I don't know your culture, obviously. If you're fucking from India, I don't know what works for India. I can just take what works for other Indians that are successful. Now, as I said, you don't need to have a Ferrari, Lambo, and stuff like that. Yes, it can help, but it's not necessary. And also, you can lose a lot of the gold diggers. Now, obviously, that's a whole different topic that I don't want to get into. But you don't need big money. The focus is have a good Instagram. If you get that done, don't look like a creep. Look at see, make sure you're fun, and just go travel somewhere. This is the easiest way. Just travel some places. Now, obviously, don't be a backpacker. No, if you travel somewhere, just go for one night for all I care. If you have budget for one night only for the best hotel, do that. Take a fucking million pictures so you have one that is for sure good and post it on your Instagram. That's all you can. Now, obviously, if you have more money to spend, more budget, well, then you can do the carousels, have more in there. And then once you have 5 or 6 pictures, don't update them. Now, obviously, it doesn't help if you get face tattoos and change your hairstyle completely. That's not going to help. On that topic, don't have long hair and don't wear glasses, really. Now, some people can pull off glasses, but most people can't. And also make sure you look nicely groomed. That's basic stuff, but don't look like a Discord mod or like a creep, pretty much. Make sure you look well, dress well. But I think that's basic. So, online dating summarized in this video, pretty much. Let me know if you have any questions. I think that's all there really is to it for the first part. I can make a second part about this if you want. And also let me know what you want to see in the next episode. Obviously, this is going to start out very, very slow. But yeah, this is just for you guys to see more of me. Me just talking, no script, no nothing. And no fancy editing, just straight knowledge to help you guys actually improve in dating. And yeah, if you want to see more of me, at my Snapchat, check out my Kick if I do ever live stream, and follow my Twitter because there I can also speak truth with no filter on. So yeah, thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.